Am I here? Are you here? Are we here? Who knows? Wait for a few more of y'all to come in, then we'll just do a quick wall thing. Come in, sit down, shut the frick up. Let's get going, go to do. Late night. I messed around with you guys and said it was late night. 8:30. I'm 46 years old this year, so I ate dinner at 4:30 and I'm going to bed at 10 because I'm old. Mexican, what the hell did you mean when you said what happened? Yeah, I've seen several videos of people firing black powder, using black powder in modern cartridges. It works, it's just a lot less powerful. Hey Michael, what is going on? I'm not going super long tonight because I have to drive 5 hours in the morning to go pick up some knives. So, you always say that when you enter a room. I have never once in the history of my life heard you say that. Air Max, what is up? Just waiting for some more people to come in here before we start doing a wall thing. But hey, here's a grenade launcher for you. Just look at that. You fools coming in to look at my computer? My sloth? That's right. Greg is armed. Or are you just looking at the shit on the wall? That's true. You normally say yes, sir. That is correct, the mundo, buddy. Oh yeah, Hunter. You're not burning all the powder coming out of there for sure. You can tell how tired I am. I've been trying some things, working, reading. Reading sucks. Yeah, come on in. Say hi when you come in. We'll do a longer walkthrough of the guns. As soon as we get to 15 people, we're at 10. So come on. You guys want me to spend the time showing you all the guns? I want more people in here to watch it. Guns? Joe. Guns? Joe. Some little bitch dipped. Guns? Joe. All right. We'll go through them real quick. And then we will get started with the live stream. Good evening, AG. So, that's where Glocks go normally. They're usually hidden. I didn't feel like putting them out because I'm not going on live for too long tonight. Thank you to Alex for trading me back my old Echelon, because why wouldn't you? It's always a fun thing to see happen. Let's see. Arex. Anything new up there? Other than the Echelon coming back, I really don't think so. But that's part of the fun, though, right? Let's be honest. You guys love me. I love you. I love you. You love me. I sat up and had to pee. Yeah, put the AK up there tonight. We'll see how many people ask, you got AK? No, I don't have an AK. I have the AK. The Dwix. Got a nice optic for it, so I'm waiting for a plate to show up. But of course, Acro uses a completely different plate from RMR. So Impact Machines has already shipped out my optic plate for the Acro, whereas CZ still has not shipped my plate for the RMR. So I wound up ordering it from Cajun Gunworks. And they still haven't shipped. There we go. Look this way. There we go. Am I sitting so the massive weight of my balls doesn't break your back? Everything's cool, man. No, I get where you're coming from, bro. Are you liking the Burris? Oh, shite, the Echelon is back. I like the Burris. I left the Burris up front. But yeah, the Burst is nice. I put the battery in it, and I like the way the dot looks. So as soon as I get the plate for mounting an Acro, because it uses the Acro footprint, I'll let you know. I'm getting, like I said, it's Impact Machines. Hey, you an American, show the gun wall and say you tell them. What the fuck? I saw Kentucky made a video about it, and his gun barrels were black. Oh, Kentucky, yay. I forgot to put my hat on. Yep. Yeah, I don't feel great either, and I have a 5-hour trip each way tomorrow, or a 4-hour trip, excuse me. So I'm going to spend about 8 hours of driving plus probably an hour or two at the knife distributor. CW, what up? It's Sava says, damn, these are fire. What is going on, Sava? Sava, Sava, Savadova. Where are you going? I'm going to my knife distributor to pick up some knives for some customers that bought some over the weekend. And I get free delivery, plus I need to meet with these people anyway since they're a distributor. Did I fix the Navigator's motor problem? I have not worked on the Navigator because my buddy Daniel still has it. As soon as I get it back, I will start thinking about it, but I got to make sure his cars are good first because he used my Navigator while his Tiguan's being fixed, and they're just not done with it yet. So as soon as I get my Navigator back, then I will start working on it. What's this show about? No idea, brother. It's about kind of a little bit of everything, my guy. Amanda says, what's your favorite gun? 1911s. Mason says, is the red one a 1911? Technically, no. Technically, it's a 2011 crossed with a CZ Shadow 2. What's the significance of the sloth? So the sloths exist because they were given to me as a Christmas gift. So they're World Wildlife Foundation sloths, and my parents sponsored a couple of sloths in my name. Long time no see says, dang. Caleb says, I got a badass Red Ryder. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. So, yep. Star Wars. Build your own R2-D2. It's a show about teddy bears and teddy bears only. He's trapped and he's begging for donations to get out. You're funny observing. I like you. I'm going to keep you in my crosshairs. I mean, in my thoughts. What's the oldest gun you have by history? A 1903 pocket hammerless built in 1907. Is that a Sharps Brothers grips module on your gun wall? Yes, on the Springfield Echelon. That is the Sharps Brothers grip. Am I a collector? I am a collector, but I am also a firearms store. I own a gun store. Got the Echelon back. Yeah, my buddy wanted something else, so he traded it in. Loving the dong on the wall. Thank you. What do I think of the Oracle Defense 2311? I think it took them too long to come out with their gun, and they're too expensive now comparatively to what's out there. So they designed a 2011 that uses SIG P320 mags, and then they decided to charge almost $3,000 for their top-of-the-line version when Gerson, T-Sauce, Springfield, Bull Armory, Alpha Foxtrot, Jacob Gray, all those companies are making sub-2K 2011s. Bro is the COD weapon menu. Pretty much, dude. No, I don't want to be in the crosshairs. I just like to make jokes. Yep. What should be your first handgun you want to spend between like $250 to $300? I would say maybe think about spending a little bit more money, but if you want to be in the $250 to $300, you're going to be looking at something like a Taurus G3, G3C, or a Smith & Wesson SD9. Or like a used Glock or a used Canik or something. The gun right above my head. The one right above my head, if you're referring to the blue-handled CZ, that one runs right around $700. Have I tried air rack in the Night Stalker? No, I can't air rack. I'm just not good. I'm not coordinated for it. Palmetto State Dagger. Not for a first gun, Ron. Palmetto State daggers are fine as long as you understand firearms and you know how to make sure to check them to make sure that, Palmetto State put all the freaking parts in them. It's definitely a good backup gun or a fun gun, things like that, but I would not recommend a Palmetto State dagger to somebody that doesn't have a history with guns. Jane says, God bless you and your family. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Appreciate that, Jane. Same to you. Do I support the Second Amendment? No, I think all firearms are bad and the Second Amendment should be abolished. We should all live like Great Britain where we just stab and beat each other to death. Jansen, what is up? How much do MP5s cost? If you're talking about a full auto one in the United States, if you can get a transferable one, anywhere from $45,000 to $80,000, depending on which variant you get. Mouse, what is up? 1911s are my favorite pistol, Mason. That's my personal opinion, though. I got my toy gun that I told you about. Nice Bubbas. Are Rugers any good? Yeah, Ruger's fine. Their build quality is pretty solid. They don't have like a ton of choices, but they're pretty solid though. Smallest gun, probably the Bodyguard 380 up there. Any update with the Beretta? I texted him this morning. He said they'll be done this week. I don't know why he's taking so long, but he tells me they'll be done this week. I apologize, Mouse. That's the problem with sending something off to a gunsmith to have it done right, is you're at their mercy. So, what do you think about the SPS Pantera 2011? Never could put my hands on one of the true 2011s. I do apologize. You love the 1911. Awesome. Arthur is 5.7 by 28. Good. Yeah, 5.7 by 28 is a perfectly good one. Man, what's a good starting gun? I've shot 2 times in my whole life, both times with the Glock 17. The problem with trying to suggest a gun for you is I don't know how well you shoot. I don't know how well you hold a gun. I don't know how well a gun fits in your hand. My suggestion to you is go to a gun range that rents firearms and shoot a few different guns, or go to a gun store and at the very least put a bunch of different guns in your hands. That way you can see what fits well. You're buying a quarter cow soon? Nice. Looks like the AK of your head was wondering with that price. I don't give prices on live, dude. Just go to WinCityArmory.com. Paul, what is up? Fuck, April. What the hell's wrong with you? You okay? You having a stroke? Go away. River City, what is up? How you doing today? Do I like Kimber? Yes, I do. Let's see. Do Smith & Wessons be jamming? Which Smith & Wesson? Smith & Wesson makes dozens of models of firearms, guy. Sent you an email. I got something today. Mrs. Mouse wanted it. All right, I'll check it in a minute. I am not Google Zimmerfuffer. You can easily go to Google and find everything you're asking about. Oh, look at that. You got the Mantis training system. Awesome. I am familiar with the PT-111. What'd you get your dad for Father's Day? I got him a card saying that he's not the father. Cody, what's going on? No shill, what is going on today? Zaxxon, fuck. Where you been, son? Miss Mouse wants to learn to shoot her shield. Well, that's a good way to do it, man. Good for you. Man, they are trying to pump out as many guns as they can from Palmetto today, man. Working, bills refuse to pay themselves. Yeah, but if you ignore them, they just go into collections. Have you got a chance to shoot the T-Sauce yet? Nope. Got it last week. Range days are Tuesdays. My sticker info says G2A, but I can't find any info on a G2A. Yeah, I don't know what a G2A is, but the PT-111 is also the G2. I've never heard of a G2A personally, but I'm not saying that it can't exist. So, Grandman, Bogdan, you're about to go away. Your dad thought the card you got him was a mind reader card. I didn't get him a card, I just told him. You can't believe that Stone owns the OG T-Sauce. Well, the picture I took with it in my pants kind of makes him not want it back. Is the ARX-01 any good? Yes, the ARX-01 is an excellent gun. It's based on the 226 design, and it takes it and knocks it up an extra notch. How's the DWX treating you? Very well. It shoots amazingly, and I polished out the barrel so it doesn't have that shit finish on it anymore. They had the Century Arms AK for sale. Century Arms has several different models, so you just got to be careful. Let's see. King of SA says hi. Boom, 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 boom. Buster says, what is up? You putting the tea sauce tip to tip wasn't cool. Yeah, well, I wasn't wearing underwear, so you should probably just tell me I can keep it. Nice job getting all the shit finish off the DWX. Thank you. Did you already do a raw wall review? Yes, I do it at the beginning of the live streams. So go back to the very beginning. Oh, I'm just ignoring the all caps. So for the most part, guys, I just want you to ignore people that do stupid shit. So wall looks stacked compared to the past. It's been about the same level for the past month or two. So any recommendations for somebody just starting out on YouTube? Tactical Dad, consistency, consistency, consistency. If you decide to upload every day, upload every day. If you want to do 3 times a week, do 3 times a week. But don't start to upload 3 times a week and then drop to once a month. That's how you stagnate. Also, don't just copy everybody else. Yes, it's hard to do depending on the genre you're trying to go for, but there's plenty of opinions out there to go around. Tip to tip's okay, just can't go tip to ejection port. Dude, I've had a slide drop on me. It's not fun. Everyone makes you hit the like button. It helps. Yeah. Do I have a scar? I've got a few of them. I've been cut here a couple of times. I stabbed myself with a knife a bunch. No, Roman, it is annoying. So we asked you not to do it. So we're just asking politely. Please don't type in all caps. All right. Have a good night. You're starting to get tired. All right, dude. Love Bug needs some advice. Go ahead and shoot. All right, my bad. No, it's fine, dude. Just, we're done with the conversation now. Move on. Thoughts on Springfield Armory? They're fine. Their guns are decent. A lot of their 1911s come in at a good price. How do I tell my... Oh, here, I'll help you out, Love Bug. I have Newt Shrivel. I throw these things. Just hop in here. Are those guns real? Possibly. How long did it take you to get an FFL and SOT if you have it? Still waiting on the SOT. The FFL should take anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. Mine took a few extra months just because about the time. Do I seem down or exhausted? A little bit of both. I'm just tired today. Weather sucks. Got a bad headache. And I have to do a long drive in the morning. So like I said, I'm only going for a couple hours today. I have a gun store, Driz. I am required to follow federal firearms rules, so I do not sell to kids. Let's see. Why do Rangers require FMJ rounds? PSA Californian laws are tyrannical because hollow points can fragment. Also, other reasons. How common is it for a gun to be test fired from the manufacturer? Most modern, like, higher end manufacturers test fire every gun. Like every CZ that leaves a factory is test fired. Every Glock that leaves a factory is test fired. Some of them are picked and they're fired like hundreds of times at random, but every gun that leaves a factory should be test fired. I was not in the service, Avery. Thank you for asking. Wish Canada would allow this type of dopeness. Dude, if you live in the United States for at least 2 years, you can get dual citizenship. You got your Monster Energy drink. I don't drink Monster, but I do have sugar-free water. So this is from my local store. It's a 0 sugar, 10-calorie strawberry watermelon water. All right, observing. You're not bugging anybody, dude. Top for you, friends. You are the best, Jiminy, like you. Well, I appreciate that, Driz. Thanks for coming in. I only carry hollow points. Yeah, I carry hollow points as well, but there are a lot of ranges that only ask you to shoot FMJs, and it gets annoying. How do you have 182,000 subs, but your vids only get a few hundred views? That's actually a very valid question. It's because I do a lot of shorts videos. The shorts videos are where the bulk of my subscribers come from. Of the 182,000 subs, 153,000 come from the shorts side. If you look at the shorts, all my shorts get multiple thousands, sometimes 10, 50, 70,000, 100,000 views. So it all comes from that. About 30,000 come from the actual long form videos. So, do you have your CCW? Of course. I live in the U.S., but I'm currently serving in the Canadian military. Aw. Well, thank you for your service, I guess, in the Canadian side. What's your next purchase for your personal collection? Awesome question. I want a SIG 226 X5 Classic. How much do shorts pay? Almost nothing. I have a short that has done 9 million views and it's paid me $56. Meanwhile, I have a video that's done 576,000 views and it's paid me $3 grand. How do you feel about ICE taking away all the beans? No, I'm not opinioning on that. My kid loves watching you. Bob, what's up? The AK is nice. Is it Russian or Chinese? It's actually Romanian. Could you recommend a reliable 5.7 pistol? Heard they have issues. There's... What the... How are you a mod? Who are you, dude? Oh, it's RG. Never mind. Change your name. What the frick, dude? Threw me off there. Mrs. Mouse came by your work. Nice. Is that AK the oldest gun you have? No, not by far. That AK is from 1970. I've got a 1903 pocket hammerless built in 1907. Julian says, Americans, lol. Yeah, wherever you are. Jealousy, lol. Lol, I wish stone. Ha ha ha. Wow. What site is it in the thumbnails? The site in the thumbnail is actually Burris's 2025 release of their Fastfire E. It's their enclosed optic. It fits on the Acro footprint. Seems pretty cool. Brady, what's up? You have a percussion rifle from the 1860s. Nice. That tripped me off too. Got to be a hacker, yeah. Been quiet for you. Sorry. I don't show my personal collection. I only show guns that I like to have up behind me. My private collection is exactly that. I'm not one of those YouTubers that goes through and does a full all my guns thing. It would take, number one, way too long, and number two, there's guns I collect for personal reasons and guns I buy for the channel, and I treat the two completely different. Do I have a preference in brand for tritium sights? Not really. I like a bunch of different brands. So I do like Trijicon. I do like TrueGlow. XS dots are pretty good. Opinions on 1911s in 9mm. It is fine. 9mm are just as reliable and doable with modern technology. Hello, Alex. So yes, Mrs. Mouse, you should definitely get your CCW, or at the very least carry a really sharp knife. Why don't 22s have primers like the rest, or is it integrated into the cartridge? It's integrated into the cartridge. It's called a rimfire cartridge. If you look at an exploded view, you will see that it's inside the cartridge. No, I did not get the plate for the DWX. CZ still hasn't sent it, so I ordered one from Cajun Gunworks, and then I got the Fastfire C. Let me grab it real quick. Look at my wall. You guys can look at the wall, kids. Thanks, she heard you. All right, Mrs. Mouse, do it. So, anyways, so Burris, out of the blue, literally, just like the short said, I had no clue they were going to even send me another optic, and they sent me their Fastfire E, but it uses the Acro footprint. So I'm waiting for that plate to show up. That was another goddamn $90. Thanks a lot, DWX. Although I can't really blame them for not giving you an Acro footprint plate because, well, you know, it's not required. Most guys don't run that, so don't run Acro. No idea what it is with me to take the range that doesn't have their pistol permit. Want to get one after the range trip. Should I take that as a compliment? Maybe. Either that or they're so scared of you they want to be armed. Burris looks nice. I have an extra Acro plate for staccato if you can use it. No, because none of my other guns use that because staccato uses Dawson's cut and none of my 2011s use the Dawson's cut. You put in an arm order for your Stealth Arms Platypus. Nice, dude. You get it all set up, all custom. Get it all colored up and custom serial numbers and all that stuff. You get it all done? You get it all done? People I take are childhood friends. I think they realize how much fun going to the range is. That could be. Alex says, oh yeah, all custom. Sweet, dude. It's a Dawson Precision. Yep. Damn, that AK on the wall up top is beautiful. Thank you. Can't wait for my scar to come in. Don't worry. If you get a cut, you get a scar within weeks. I hate Dawson and staccato. No worries. I understand. Sorry. 2 years wait. 2 years wait for what? Snuka Bass. What do I think about the Girsan MC Untouchable? I've looked at them before. I haven't spent a lot of time with them. It's mostly just a finish. It's pretty solid. LACC. Oh, you're talking about the LA thing. Hate staccato. What blasphemy. Oh, I don't like staccato either, dude. They're overpriced. I bought a C2, a 2023 build C2 with a Delta Point Pro on it for $1,500, and I still didn't like it. Plan on putting a binary trigger in my 19X. It's going to be a range toy. Well, that's honestly, yeah. If you're going to put a binary in it, it kind of relegates it to a range toy. You get involved in a shooting with something with a binary trigger in it, it can be frowned upon. What do you think about the Stag Arms AR-10 We the People? Never seen it. Probably just a standard AR-10 with the finish on it. Chosen One, just watch one of his videos. Can't touch guys. I agree, staccatos are expensive, and honestly, Alpha Foxtrot Romulus shoots about the same and looks better. Dude, I would put my Girsan Match X, which is the bottom one there with the Burris Fastfire C on it, I would put that up against a Staccato XE pretty much any day. I'm a felon, wish I could get my guns right back. There are ways to do it, man. You have to wait a certain amount of time, typically 10 years, and then you have to apply for your rights. What's my opinion on the Canik XC9, or excuse me, the Canik MC9? I like the MC9 platform. I have the long slide version, and I think they're pretty good. Thinking about getting her a 365 if she applies for a permit. That's nice. That AK with the dong and the gas block metal shroud is sick. Yeah, that's a 1970 Romanian kit. I'm just here playing with my HKG 3 mags and sniffing the storage. Nice. You'd rather have an Atlas over staccato. Yeah, and they're honestly, when you get an Atlas, they're not much more than the XC. Wonder if I could print a plate for your DWX and it would come faster than the Dan Wesson. No, the plate is already shipped from. I bought mine from Impact Machine Works for the Acro footprint. It's already shipped. Do I have an ARP? Yeah, I've got a couple. 300 Blackout and 5.56. I would put my orange up against Staccato. I know they're not 2011, but they're still badass. Yeah, I would too, dude. Staccato is fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just not worth $4 freaking grand for their full size. Love your videos. Thank you. My rifle is a Century C308 built by PTR after Century had realized they didn't know what the heck they were doing. Yeah, PTR really does nice copies. I can make you a fire engine red plate. No, I'm good, dude. No, I appreciate that. I mean, if you wanted to make a plate, that would be fun, but I'm good otherwise, dude. It's yeah. What do you think of super safeties or super selectors? I really don't think anything about them. Binaries, I've got binaries. I don't have FRTs or super safeties. I'm thinking about getting a micro Draco. Oh, cool. Why don't you just light your money on fire? You're an honest man with an honest opinion. Thank you, Fred Ted. What's the most overrated gun brand in your opinion? Glock. I've said this hundreds of times now. If Glock sold for $300, like a PSA Dagger or a Ruger RXM or any of the other companies that can manufacture Glock clones for $300, if they could sell, if they would sell their guns for $300, I would literally have nothing bad to say about Glock. But because they insist on charging everybody an arm and a leg just because of their goddamn name, it's atrocious. Aren't staccatos not drop safe? Any gun with the Series 70 is considered not drop safe and, quite frankly, good. If you're stupid enough to drop your gun, you deserve what happens. Also, there are literally tens of millions of 1911s in the world. When's the last time you heard of somebody shooting themselves with a 1911? Other than that one cowboy dude who shot himself in the leg. Dude, what's the most trustworthy pistol that you can rely on? Well, I trust my 1911s because it's nicer than a 911. What is it nicer than a 911? The one at the very top is a beast. He's the best. It looks like a gun out of an action movie. Okay. Thinking about retiring my G2C. Any thoughts on what to get? I was thinking about my Glock 19 since I've been on the channel. I've been thinking about getting a 1911 or something from another company. CZP 10s I would take a look at if you want a similar battery of arms, but anything else would be cool. A 1911 would be pretty badass. Dropping the 1911 is scary to me because I carry appendix like 1 o'clock. So, Mouse. The only case, like Ben Stoger did a bunch of drop tests on 1911s, the only time they'll really fire like with any sort of reliability is if you're dropping them straight onto their nose, not if they're dropping onto the back. So the fact is they're not going to just discharge while it's in your pants. Also, you have a grip safety on a 1911. As long as that is engaged, there is no chance of it firing. Best gun ever made was the Beretta 92 FS. Hey, everybody has their opinion. Yeah, you can actually cause a revolver, like Taurus revolvers are notorious for it. If you go too fast and you don't fully reset the trigger on a Taurus, you can jam the cylinder pretty easily. Jesse's thinking about a 1911. Do it, man. You recommend Colt? They haven't failed you yet again. I'm talking their Snake Series revolvers. Yeah, I don't recommend anything from Colt until the DWX transition or Dan Wesson's or CZ's transition has fully happened. Everything from Colt from like 2015 to 2023, I would not touch with, well, your penis. Not you specifically, but I wouldn't touch with anybody's hands. I don't trust anything Colt has made in the last 6 years. Chat keeps freezing for you tonight. It does that to me sometimes. There's a lot of them in there. Oh, that's good. I didn't know about the grip safety and straight down. Good to know. No problem, Mouse. What do I think of the 320? I like the 320. I've got the X5 Legion. It's great. It's not part of the drop problems, and it's a good shooting gun. New hair is looking good. You talking about the hair that's coming in? Yeah. My Springfield operator AOS didn't bring any optics plates either. Do you know what footprint can mount directly to the slide? I don't know because the AOS is the agency arms cut, and I think you have to run a plate. What if you're a gravy sealing while jumping off a little bird to assault a house and your 1911 drops on the surface and goes off? What then? Well, then it's going to fire directly into the ground, and you're stupid for dropping your 1911. Lycan, $10 dono, thank you. You had the ejector rod unthread on your Taurus. Nice. What do you think about the Beretta Cheetahs? Gravy Seals are the guys that sit around playing COD and eating so much food that they can't get up. Ever shot a DXW? What's a DXW? Do you have the TMW? None of those are words. Have I tried the H9? If so, the thoughts on it. Yes, I fired a real H9. I have not fired the new Daniel Defense one. However, I have held it. What do you think about the Colt 1911 38 Super? I personally think they look cool. The 38 Super 1911 looks literally like every other 1911. And like I said, I don't like Colts from the mid or late 2000s into about 2022, 2023. I don't trust them. Is an M6 is the M16 more reliable than the AK-47? No. But it has better tolerances. It's more accurate, better built. But I will concede that the AK will run probably through more crap. Fell straight back in Wyoming, is carrying my 365 and it didn't go off. Yeah, you're fine. What do I think about the Arrow survival rifle? Never messed with it, my guy. You meant the high polished 38 Super. Oh, okay. Certain finishes. Gotcha. AK are way more reliable because of their simplicity. Also because of their loose tolerances. My Glock 26 was also in my backpack and the holster broke, but it didn't go off. Nice. My M16 does better in mud and dirt. The AK does better in cold and sand. Okay. How do you load a revolver fast when it has no preloaded clips? Practice, my guy. Some guys can hold like 2 or 3 in position and just feed the cylinder right away. Just practice, man. Thoughts on the Springfield Hellcat Compact? They're fine. I really don't like compact guns, but that's fine. Am I trans? No, but I am a cross-dresser. What's your favorite pistol? 1911, second best gun ever made is the Browning High Power. My 365 has the external safety like a 1911. It has a magazine safety disconnect. That's because you're in California. The rest of the world doesn't have the magazine disconnect. You can drop 2 in at a time reliably. There you go. What do you think of the 38 1911s they have in Mexico? Fracked. Watch the all caps, dude. DB, do not get rid of it. High powers are the shiznit. High powers are fine, but they're, not my style. They're fine. I prefer the 1911 over the high power. High power is a very solid gun, but for me, when it comes to all steel guns or all metal guns, it would go 1911, CZ75 platform, and then high power. Yeah, I wish it didn't have the magazine safety disconnect. I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't particularly dislike miniguns. I dislike companies more than guns. It being you are a 1911 guy, tell what you think about TSOS. I'm still working on a video for TSOS. If you're a member, you would have seen the video I put up about their new BR9 double stack they just sent me, and the issues I had with previous guns, including the Night Stalker that's up there. I'm working on other videos, including range time testing. I will get back to you guys on that. Based on what I've been told and what I understand from TSOS and Jared over at SDS, I have high hopes that the guns are at the quality level I'm expecting them to be. I'm probably only going to go 2 hours tonight, so probably 10:30 or so. Got old 1911. You've had it for 40 years. Nice, Ronnie. 1911 all day. Steel guns or no guns. There you go. Cake or pie? Cake. Did you get the Daria DY9? If so, what are your thoughts? Yeah, it's up there. It's pretty cool. It's Gen 5 upper compatible, actually. Everyone make sure to hit the like button. Oh, it's not up there. Sorry, it's up in the store. Is that a Sig Sauer Legion X5? Yes, it's an X5 Legion 320. You bet it. My favorite is the James Bond gun. Which James Bond gun? He's used everything from a 380 Browning all the way up to current day. CT has to have pin mags. We can't have adjustable stocks for certain rifles. Jesus. Leave Connecticut then. Any hints for skinny Gravy Seals? No such thing. What do you think of the Hellcat Pro with Springfield Comp and M Carbo trigger and spring? I don't know. That's a very specific thing, dude. I've never shot that combo. You tell me. Do I on the first date. Yeah, especially if I'm paying for it, I'm getting something. I'm just kidding. No, it's date specific, dude. If you're dating a freak and it's time to get it on, you get it on. If you're dating somebody that needs to go slow, you go slow. You both have to be in. It's called consent. Yo, what's the gray one with the red trigger? That is a Dan Wesson DWX. What Kakash is that with the fine looking dong? That is a 1970 Romanian parts kit, Maria. Thoughts on the X5 Legion? Just got one today. I've had mine for years. I've had them since they first came out, but that one up there I've had for about 2 years. Thousands of rounds through it. I have the Armory Craft dual adjustable trigger, and I have it adjusted to the point where it has a 2.5-pound trigger in it. The gun is awesome. Based purely off a Zombo apocalypse scenario where you're unable to clean your weapon frequently, Glock or 1911. If I can't clean my gun frequently, if I'm in a situation where I don't have 5 minutes to disassemble a gun, I'm just going to kind of join the zombies. Amen. Respect women. 100%, dude. Plus, if you tell them you're not looking to get anything on the first date, they usually put it out. I'm just messing with you. That's a joke. Which of those handguns behind your back is your favorite? No, the one that's sitting in front of me is actually my favorite. It's one of my 1911s. The favorite on the wall is the Dan Wesson DWX with the red grips. Stone wants you to do the toilet soak test. Well, I can tell you that the TSOS Night Stalker has touched the tip of my ding-ding and it hasn't rusted yet, so we're good. You would be an awesome zombie. Yeah, I would. What's your favorite going to be in the apocalypse? A shotgun, Mossberg 930. You get more when you don't expect it. No, man. So, my personal experience, well, number one, I'm on a lot of weird sites, but my personal experience has been the better you treat somebody, the more relaxed they are. The more relaxed somebody is, the more open they are. So, just treat somebody with respect. Treat each other with the respect you want back, and then you can get freaky in the sheetsy. Bull or bushings? I like both. The 2011 style, something that I'm going to go fast with. I prefer the bull style, but either one is fine. That's great about it, touching the tip. Yep. I learned over the years, no just means ask her farther from her house next time. Ha. The Night Stalker got love tapped. Oh, it got love held. Is a 37 millimeter the largest caliber you can go? If you're talking about the signal launcher, yes. The minute you go to the 40 mics, those are restricted. Do bayonets fixed to guns affect the accuracy? Not really. I mean, they're below the barrel. They shouldn't. Amen. We're all the same people. Respect goes a long way. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. 1911 shoots so good, like shooting butter bullets. Yep. Any cheap semi-auto shotguns? Black Aces Tactical, the Mac 1014. There's a bunch of them out there. I mean, in terms of cheap and semi-auto, things at the 700 to 1,000 are technically cheap compared to some of the more expensive ones. Do I prefer a race gun with a gas pedal? No, because of the size of my hands. My hands are never in the right position to take advantage of a gas pedal. Typically, the gas pedals are mounted to the slide lock slide releases, and I just have yet to find one with the gas pedal in the right spot. You want to put a bushing in the new TSOS? That's interesting. Fix barrel whip on long range. That's true. That is true, Maria. Water bottle. What's your AR build up top? Big Mac and cheap beer on me. Thanks. Water bottle getting shot at. Thank you very much for the huge donation. $10 is amazing. You did not have to do that. That is simply a Diamondback AR with a Faiachi red dot on it. It's something that came into my gun store and I bought it off of a guy and it was already set up. It's got backup iron sights, angled ones. It's all Amazon stuff, which is why I left it on the rifle. It's not terrible. You did make a Glock gas pedal. You said the video about putting a bushing in the TSOS is a bad idea. It's actually an impossible idea because the front of the slide is not cut for it. What do you think about 10 millimeter for everyday carry? Thinking of switching to 45. 10 millimeter is absolutely fine for everyday carry. If that's what you got and that's what you practice with and that's what you're comfortable shooting, frickin' do it, man. Carry a good ammo and then you don't have to worry as much about like over penetration and stuff. Favorite Beretta? It's probably like an M9A3. Bodyguard. 2.0 pocket or inside the waistband, whichever one you prefer, man. It's so small for me, I'd do it in a pocket. Favorite gunsmith tools, files and sandpaper. What do you carry on a daily basis? 1911s. I was carrying the Dan Wesson DWX all day. That's why it's loaded. Are you going to make more YouTube shorts of crazy customer experiences? Yeah, but I'm kind of focusing on the company right now, so I don't have the time to really kind of do stuff. So, have I found my favorite gun yet? No, I don't have. I have not found that gun yet, Candace. What's the brand of gun you have least of? The brand that I have the least of? Probably Chiappa. What is your favorite Glock? No such thing. Is this where gun queers hang out? I don't know. It's where a bunch of armed people hang out, so. Asking you out of curiosity, if someone sells you a gun at your store that you really like, can you just take it given it's your personal store, or do you have to have paperwork to fill out? I have to do paperwork if I want it for myself personally. Like all the guns that got sent to me from companies, I put in my name. My DWX is in my name. My guns are in my name. That way, if the store if the store ever goes out of business or anything like that, I don't have to worry about my guns being attached to the business. I carry a Sky CPX-1 because I'm poor. Okay, it's a good reason, I guess. 6 setup, thank you. What's your favorite gun? 1911. Ask again and you go away. Does the ATF audit gun stores? Yes, they do. Just not a ton. Candace, 41717. Yep, you betcha. I've been thinking about getting a pistol. What's a good one for beginners? A friend recommended a Glock. You need to go to a gun store and put your hand on some guns. See what fits in your hand well. If you're not comfortable holding a firearm, you should not be purchasing it. So you want to make sure that it feels good in your hand and that you're comfortable with how it fits and how it feels and how heavy it is. You'll find what fits you well. What's my top 3 do not do's? Number 1, don't take the gun apart without asking. Number 2, don't open ammo without asking. Number 3, don't pull your goddamn gun out without telling us. Those are the top 3. You have a gun tattoo? No, I don't have a gun tattoo outside of a Glock tattoo. And that tattoo was just because I bet chat that they wouldn't pay for it, and they did. What AR and what optic is that? It is a cheap-ass Amazon Feiachi optic on top of a Diamondback DB15. It sucks to buy a gun and regretting it to try before you buy. Yep. Do I have an M17 320? Nope, I don't like the base versions. You pulled your gun out in my store. Yeah, well, your gun has touched my dick. You should hold a gun, a pistol. You should learn to write. It's the best gun for somebody with an antisocial personality. Probably a psychiatry gun. Get better, dude. I have a 308 for my home defense, Remington 870, simple but effective. There you go. You need a Chiappa Rhino tattoo. Sure, I'll get a Chiappa Rhino tattoo for $20,000. I have never pistol whipped anybody. Get a 45. Nah, 45s are crazy. I like 500 Smith & Wesson. Besides Glocks, what was the gun you regret buying the most? Chiappa M922. Everything is all mental. Is it worth putting a suppressor on the 1911? Saw the Night Stalker has a threaded barrel. It's actually very easy to suppress a 1911 because they don't tilt nearly as far as like a Glock does. Love the range. I got 2 rents out guns. You will waive range fee and rental fee on all guns you tried, as well as a discount on ammo. Nice. Get over it. Hello. Thoughts on the High Point? It's fine. It does what it says on the box most of the time. $20K for Chiappa Rhino tattoo is the goal. Yep, and you got 2 weeks to do it. I'm not one of those you get a year. Are Feiachi optics good being cheap? I thought about getting one as a cheap option for now on my Springfield. No. The owner of one of the other optics companies said it best. If you're paying under $100 for an optics, it's probably shit. I'm looking for a mouse gun with the barrel length of 2.7. Which one would you recommend? I don't actually deal much with compact guns. Probably going to need a revolver. Just all your guns. Nope. Thoughts on high-end airsoft optics for guns? They're not strong enough to handle the recoil or the impact in the long term. Typically, even a high-end clone of a actual optic will break. Dude, I didn't know that about 1911 suppressor. You were right. I was playing with my staccato, and you're right. The barrel hardly moves. Yeah, that's because it just drops enough to disengage the locking lugs, and then it stays pretty flat. If you go into a public bathroom in Paris but come out in France, what are you? European. Would you recommend to go to a gun shop in... you have 32 guns. That's awesome, dude. I think there's 32 behind me. That's awesome, dude. That's a great collection, dude. 32 guns is amazing. Thoughts on real optics on airsoft? I mean, you're going to spend a lot, so why not? How tall are you? 6'4". Can I get a good option for a Remington 700? I don't know, man. I don't know much about long guns. How's business? It's fine. I thought you were younger than that. I'm 46, man. You're not my father. My father readily admitted he was my father. He didn't make me drive around the entire galaxy in a ship. I got you by 10 years. There you go. Hello, Matthew. What's your get off my lawn gun? Shotgun, 930 tactical. Your thoughts on T-Rex arms situation? It's kind of played out now. All of it's out there in the news. I mean, do you want to side with his family members that fucked him over, or are you going to side with Lucas? I mean, it's pretty much a one-sided argument at this point. Lucas got screwed, so good luck to Lucas. Can gun shop sales customer frequency be correlated to who is currently in office? No, gun sales and things like that is more to do with economy, and I'm not reading that out. Fuck you. But it can be more to the economy and current events. So if there's a mass shooting incident, believe it or not, gun purchases go up. Bite me, Stone. Thank you for the donation, but bite me. Nice to see you ready for war. Thank you. Have I ever shot anyone? No. Have I? Good to see you. Good job. Blah, blah, blah. I think 458 SOCOM will back just about anything out of my yard. Agreed. How much of a discount do gun stores get from... it's not something I'm really there to talk about. Plus, the more you spend, the better your discounts. Thoughts on the new Mossberg 990? No idea about it. It is not my birthday. It's a joke that Susu started like a year ago. You think people should get training courses and tests like driver's license to purchase a gun? No, because putting that demand on somebody to just buy a gun is infringing on their rights. I don't believe they should be forced to do it. I think they should be extremely encouraged to take a class, though. What's your favorite EDC? 1911s. I'm actually very weak right now, and I don't know why. Have you bought a gun from Walmart? Not ever, actually. Ammo, yes. Never bought a gun. Beretta 1301 or A300. Both will do you, unless you're a competition or you shoot tens of thousands of rounds. Most of us can't really identify with that. Did I sell anything this week? A bunch of knives and a couple of guns. I'm not reading any more birthday messages, you psychos. How much to buy shares and become a partner in your gun store business? I am not currently taking on partners anymore. Is knockoff ammo really as bad as people act like it is. You mean like remand stuff? Or I don't know what you're actually asking, Austin. Or excuse me, McPherson. I have one room full of ammo. Nice. What am I sipping on? Just some watermelon, strawberry, sugar-free water. I can tell something is bothering you. I'm just not feeling good. I'm very tired and weak today. Not eating a lot. This guy is the best. I just subbed. Thank you. Do I own any Tecto knives? Not personally. Steven, that's not mine to do here. You can go to Gunbroker and look up sold units. I don't really like giving prices, especially on stuff like that, my guy. SP5 sell new for in the threes. That's about all I can tell you. Trying to buy a gun from your website, it's not working. You have to call. It literally says right on the website, we cannot process online yet. Stone bought a knife? Yep. No, I don't carry mags on my site. I'm still not set up with Gearfire. The only thing on my website are guns that I put there. Happy unbirthday. Thank you, Tommy. It is not my birthday. Foolish Rabbit. So close to buying a couple of knives. Foolish Rabbit is a really cool channel. Go and check him out. He's got way more subs than I do. He does airsoft stuff. Told me about where they were coming from when he stopped into the store. How you doing tonight, Foolish? Bo comes in with a 99-cent dono. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, bro. What do you think about 704 Tactical? They're fine. They do a lot of the Chinese, man. A lot of the Chinese stuff. Yeah, I don't do shout-outs on this channel unless I really feel like it, and I definitely don't do it when I'm asked. Have I thought about playing? Back in the day, I really did, but I was going to go, like, Replay Airsoft is in Maryland. I was going to go to their place at one point. They kind of fell off. That was back when I was still selling cars. Balahack and then C7 Viper has his own place that he does on Invite, and I've spoken with him a few times about going out to his place and playing. I just don't want to make the investment in the equipment right now. Thoughts on skeletonized grips and attachment? It doesn't make a lot of sense on an AR because the guns are already made out of aluminum. Love seeing the dong on screen. How you feeling today? I am very weak right now, dude. I'm only going until 10:30 because I don't feel good. Got a lot of stuff to get done, and then tomorrow I have a long drive ahead of me, and I already feel like shit, so I'm only going until about 10:30. So y'all got another hour to come in and try to rizz me up. Say aluminum. I like saying it the everywhere except the United States way of saying aluminum. Smoke crack, it helps me. Yeah. G7's pretty cool. Met him at Rev, and yeah, the investment is kind of rough because no one wants to rent. Yeah. What knives do you suggest? I'm not a knife guy, so somebody else in the chat, please let them know. British way of saying it. Many places say aluminium, including New Zealand, Australia, Germany. They says aluminium. You got to make lunch. Nice, dude. What case do you recommend getting for multiple rifles and guns? Taking 5 damn range bags. I use a 511 case and a few other cases that I have laying around. Worst case scenario, I'll put them in soft individual pistol soft cases and just throw them in a backpack. I got to go to bed early, Dave. Thanks for the great content. No problem, Tommy. How to get a Walther PPK in California? Very easy. Move out of California. It's the easiest way to get anything in California is to just not be in California. It's kind of crazy, but that's the best way to get it done. If you ever decide to come and play, let me know. I got extra gear. I know a lot of guys. Keep it up. I will definitely let you know, Foolish. I'll reach out if I'm definitely going to be doing anything. Penny's running free in my living room right now. Penny, come here, Penny. Penny, 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 come here, Penny. Penny, 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 Penny. Mrs. Mouse loves you. Mrs. Penny, Penny, Penny. Lol, that is the truth. Sorry, dudes, it really is. To all my brethren that live in the Cali, sorry, dudes. Can I tell you a good joke? No. All I can think of is stupid ones. Penny, she's hot. We're not talking about Penny from Big Bang Theory. We're talking about a rabbit. Would you ever branch out into other markets besides gun and gun-related things? Yes, I have a tech channel, and I used to do video game hunting and car reviews back in the day. Am I in North Carolina? No, I'm in Virginia. It's a wall of art behind you. Thank you. What do you call a lesbian on fire? LGBTQ. Hello. Did you see Washington residents will need a permit to buy guns starting in 2027? Another reason not to live on that coast. What's your favorite pistol on the wall? The Dan Wesson DWX with the red grips. You didn't know what to report him for. Praising Hitler falls under hate speech because he was a genocidal maniac. Are those real guns? Yes, they are. Do I got a 243? Nope, I don't do much with rifles. I've got a 30-30, 308, 45-70, 357 Magnum, and a bunch of 22s. That's you removing the dumb comments. We're removing some. Gotcha, no problem. Get over it. Where are you from? I'm from Virginia. Thoughts on import bans on firearms and ammo? They're all restrictions on our 2A rights. Jay says you're a good person. Have a good day. You too. Do you got a Glock 19? Nope. What's something worth blowing money on? Movies, good steak dinner, cars. Well, it's crazy enough. I would drive to you, but it's a 6.5 hour drive. Yeah, don't do that because you can't use my bathroom. You just got the Trigger Tech Duty trigger and it feels so crisp. Nice. Have you seen the Harbor Freight Streamlight clone? Yes, I have. Is it true that the short act was put into the big beautiful bill? I think they added it. Do you think there'll be a civil war in your lifetime? No. Can you have a super safety in your state? Yes. The only restrictions we have here in the state of Virginia is private sales have to go through an FFL. If you don't have a CCW, you're only allowed one handgun per month, and we do have red flags. Bro, them shit's so nice. Thank you. Mrs. Mouse and I got a movie pass. It's about $28 a month, but you can see 4 movies a week. Yeah, sometimes it makes it worth it. Back in the day when I was younger, I used to work for a movie theater, so I used to see every movie that came out. I don't see movies nearly as often as I used to because I just don't have the desire to. They're all green screen bullshit these days. Do you remember when Captain Sky something, Jude Law's movie came out and it was 100% CG green screen? It was insane. Constitutional carry does not interest me in any way, ATL. Plus, you have Atlanta, so no. But constitutional carry means nothing to me. I carry with a permit because it allows me to go into other states while carrying. If you go into West Virginia from Virginia because you're not a West Virginia resident, you are not allowed to conceal carry without a permit. So it only does you good if you live in that state. You're driving home. What's up, Bruce? It's nice, dude. The theater's about 5 minutes. Nice. Should I buy or build an AR? If you've never built one before, I would recommend buying one and then working on it, or just dive in, man. It's up to you. I'm not saying constitutional carry is all that, but we also have private sales. Private sales, again, really doesn't mean that much to me. It's fine. It is a bummer to lose it, but losing private sales while still retaining all my other rights, it's the least of the things I complain about. And again, I'd have to live in Georgia, which has Atlanta and Decatur. Very horrible cities to live in. One movie a month without the pass is around $25. Yeah, no, me, my dad, and my little brother went to see Thunderbolts, and I think I spent $150. It was $48 just for the tickets. Why do so many movie characters hold guns like they never held one? Because they are idiots, and the people they hire are idiots. Despite what the internet would have you believe, Atlanta is amazing as far as city goes. So I went to Atlanta for the NRA show, and it only looks good on the surface because you guys are building a new Atlanta over top of the old Atlanta. You guys are literally fucking Gotham from the Dark Knight. Most of Atlanta is built underneath the ground, and it's a hellhole, at least downtown. Everything that was underground looked like shit. So you guys have literally put a new city on top of the old city because you can't fix the old city. So it does look amazing, but it's like putting Bondo on a supercar. Any thoughts on the PT92 Rugers? And I'm not saying Winchester is great, but holy shit, dude. I've left my keys in my car for a week in my Scat Pack fucking Challenger, and it never walked away. I've seen dudes drive rental cars to Atlanta and get their shit stolen. Name a better big city than Atlanta. Minneapolis, Dallas. I would live in Dallas before I lived in Atlanta because you can live on the outskirts. Let's see. Probably, I'm not going to say Baltimore because that's bullshit. Let's see. Altoona, Pennsylvania is a better city. But yeah, no, I would live back in Minneapolis before I'd move to Atlanta. Boom, boom, boom. I drove my dad's red drop top. The only thing bad about Minnesota is the rust. Better big city. There's 3 million people. Between St. Paul and Minneapolis, there's 3 million people. That's a big city. What 1911 DS is that on your wall? There's a few of them, dude. Tampa is good. No, I'm good. Kansas City is fine. Do I live in Florida? Would I live in Florida? Fuck no. What would you do if a furry broke into your house? Pay them for their visit. You're the only person on earth that thinks Minneapolis is a better place to live than Atlanta. No, that's a proven fact. Everybody that lives in Minneapolis would rather live in Minneapolis. Houston is worse, yes. Just the winters alone would make Atlanta way better than Minneapolis. See, that's because you've never lived in Minnesota for 20 years. What's wrong with Florida? It's too humid and too hot. Hey, from Wisconsin. Yeah. What about Charlotte? Fuck no. Honestly, I will say this. I'm going to say this right now. Every big city sucks balls. Every single big city sucks the big one. Let's put it that way. What about Philadelphia? What about it, man? You got too many things that say steel. Traffic does suck, I'll give you that, but that's just a big city issue. Never been to either one. So I've lived in Texas, I've lived here, I've lived in New York, I've lived in Connecticut, I've lived in Minnesota, I've lived in Germany, I've lived in a lot of places, man. I don't like big cities. What's wrong with Charlotte? When's the last time you drove through it and saw how much shit is shut down? I lived in Tampa and I hated that damn humidity. Yeah, I don't like humidity. Humidity is a big problem for me. I don't handle humidity well. Just don't work a 9 to 5 and the traffic isn't a big deal. No, I'm good. You're trying to sell it really hard, dude. Do you get paid per person that you get to move to Atlanta? Because it's never going to fucking happen. What about Brownsville or McAllen? Lots of land to shoot, and especially Sherryland. I have no reason to. I'm done. Now I'm just going to watch you guys talk about places you want to live, because I've already given my opinion. Oh, look at this guy making hate speeches. You're having a discussion. Yeah, we were having a discussion. I made my point clear. You made your point clear. I'm done with that part of the conversation. If I had to live anywhere other than Connecticut, I'd honestly pick Vegas. Okay. You'd suggest the Zastava M70. Yeah, the M70 is decent. This live stream is for discussions and stuff, but when the discussion stops being a discussion and it turns almost into a back and forth argument where neither one of us is going to change our opinion, there's no reason to continue that particular line of questioning. This isn't Crowder, this isn't Ben Shapiro. There's no reason for it, and it's my fucking live stream, so I'll do what I want. And I hope that you understand that, dude. And if you're running your live stream, feel free to have that discussion as long as you wish, my guy. You know what you can do, bud? You can go away. See ya. That's me handling my live stream the way I want. I don't care. You guys can talk about it all you want, but I'm not reading out another sentence about it. This is your time now. Just look at the pretty guns and talk to each other. Hello, Donnie. What's up? What's your favorite carry gun? 1911 Chase is my favorite carry gun. You're making toast? Give some to Penny. Hey, Penny! You like squirrels and clouds. Awesome. Just playing. Hi, Elsa. What's up? You're making nachos. Nice. Have a blessed night. Thank you, life. Thoughts on eating seafood living more than 300 miles from the ocean? I don't trust seafood in somewhere like Idaho. As long as it is frozen before it's shipped to you, it's usually fine. The easiest way to tell is if it smells like ammonia, it's probably bad. Are Crimson Trace optics considered cheap? Yes, I'd almost put them at about the same level as an Amazon special. They are factory on CPXs and unfortunately on the Rock Island double stack 1911 RMSC. Do I ever go hunting? No, I do not. You're a bot. I'm thinking of picking up an OD Green SAR 9. $249 for the SAR 9 is a very fair price. No, Elsa, I am Korean. How is toast not good for a bunny? Put some lettuce on it. What did you have for dinner, bro? Nothing. And I'm full. I haven't eaten today. What's your go-to non-firearm weapon for self-defense? Usually I just shit in my hand. If they continue to fight, at least I'll do poison damage. It's a good red dot that holds 0 after it's been beat to shit. Typically Trijicon stuff. My Holosun was pretty solid, although the lens breaks pretty easy on it. Or the glass does. What's your number one reason not to carry a Glock 48? It's a Glock. Was I in the military? No, sir, I was not. Probably the butter would be bad for the bunny. Dried toast is fine. You have a nice collection. Can I come with you when shit hits the fan? Unfortunately, Elsa, when shit hits the fan, I'm going to be a very secluded, psychotic individual. So I will be taking out anybody that comes within 100 yards of my property. I mean, it is the zombie apocalypse. I can do what I want. Mrs. Mouse says Penny can't have cooked food. Oh, really? What is it, like the protein chain? She can't break them down as well? The Beretta 92 Performance is pretty cool. It is very expensive. It's more money than I would ever spend on one. Favorite ammo brands? I run Hornady Critical Duty, Critical Defense, and then Federal HST. For your range stuff, I run Cellar and Bellet. 600-yard competition with the Crimson Trace scope. The scopes are fine, but the pistol red dots, not so much. Thoughts on people in the 50s building nuclear bunker in their yards? Back in the day, it was a very real possibility until there were so many people that it became dangerous. How much land are you on? Currently, I'm not. I'm in an apartment, so it's going to be very awkward for my neighbors. But when I buy land, I'm going to have probably 40 to 50 acres. Uh, she said she's not sure. No problem. What do you recommend for CCW in extreme heat? I still carry my 1911 even in the heat, man. No landmines. Are you going to do another run of shirts? And what happened to the guitars? The guitars are gone. My dad took his back. And shirts, if I do another run, I'm just going to have them made before I sell them. Saw the other day, but I honestly think it's Trijicon SRO for $200 is fake. My cost as a dealer through the distributor is over 500. Nice choice to have a minimum on land. Yep. Who wants a bipartisan weed bill? It just needs to come off the federal control list, dude. Weed is weed, dude. What state are you in? I'm in Virginia. How old are you? 45. Why would the heat change what CCW takes? Some maybe because of what you're wearing might affect what you carry. Boom, 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 boom. Is a P15 Taurus a good gun? P15. I've never fired a briefcase MP5. Yeah, I figured it was too good to be true. Yeah. Ever used a shoulder holster? Not in real life. I mean, I carried in a store once with it just for fun, but I've never actually done like an extended carry period with it. Would you build a bunker on that land? I want to, but I obviously don't have the money for now. No. I'd probably build a concrete, like, rebar room for my guns, but I probably won't be building like a bunker. You're excited to try out the Mantis? Nice. Do I own a 10 mil? Yeah, I got a few. Any recommendations on something that will stop? Ooh, nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you out, Fun. We're going to report you for a hate speech, and you have a good night, okay? What's your favorite sling for ARs? Whatever's free. I don't actually pick my own slings. Oh, the Keltec P15. The Keltec P15 is kind of cool, especially since I learned you can defeat both the magazine disconnect and the grip safety. Boom, boom, boom. Did my chat just freeze? I think my chat just froze. Yep. You had to choose NFA lifting restrictions on all full auto. Full auto is a much more reasonable lift. RPGs and grenades would lead to a lot more chaos than full auto. So I'm going to carry a 1911 with the t-shirt. I carry at the 4 o'clock. Sometimes if I'm wearing a long t-shirt, I'll carry in the pocket. How many rounds have you shot so far in your lifetime? Dude, I don't even know. I honestly don't know. That's a great question. I don't even think about it anymore. Nope, can't pick up guns. When you get your class 3, are you going to get a pistol size 12 gauge? No, but I am getting a Glock 18. I have an all-metal P15, like it very thin. Yeah, I got one up there, dude. I don't think explosives should change the way they are regulated ever. No, yeah. What year is the AK? Number 1, don't type in all caps. Number 2, it's a Romanian 1970. Do you think suppressors will be removed? I certainly hope so. How many guns do you have in total? I'm not sure. Oh, good on the Glock. Yep. And then when you visit, we can go to the range and shoot a full auto Glock. What's your favorite Glock? No such thing. I agree. Explosives are another classification for a reason. Yep. Grayson did not get the notification. Dude, son. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. You don't need a notification. It's been the same for a year. I'm using the Hellcat. Said hi, Lamau. No, if you were listening, stupid, I said when I get my SOT license, my ability to own them as a dealer, then I will be getting a Glock 18. What's your favorite gun you have? Right now, my Dan Wesson. I don't like spam, but I believe your chat froze. Is top right up there is SIG. No, it's a Diamondback DB15. I'm sorry. You'll be fine. Dude, that's going to be amazing. I'll come visit for sure. Never claimed that I did, dumbass. Oh, now you're claiming you do? Sure. Link me to your video. Are you a dealer too? I will back off if you send me your link. I have links enabled. I'm not FaceTiming shit. Put it in right now so everybody can check out your gun. You're making a claim, back it up. Put the link to your channel showing your guns. You ain't posting it because you don't fucking got one. So get the fuck out of here. Have a great night. Dumbass. If you're not willing to put up, then shut the fuck up. Who hurt you today? Everybody's fine. Favorite poverty gun is Taurus and High Point. Nice. He's a scam. Yeah, nice gun wall. Sad that Demo left YouTube. He was getting too big, man. And he knows it. I'll fight you barehanded. I don't have any bare hands. Imagine he posted a gun with scratched off cereals that fell off a truck. That would be funny. You like the sloths? Nice. How do I mail guns I inherited from my dad from Texas to Alaska? You have to go to an FFL to do that. You can mail to yourself within the city, in the state, but you can't do it from, you can't do that. I don't actually drink alcohol. I haven't paid for the app yet, but I've heard Pepperbox has demolition on it. Yeah, so Pepperbox was started by Matt Carricker of Demo Ranch, Brandon Herrera, Donut Operator, and a few of the other biggest YouTube channels as a subscription service because they were worried that they were going to lose all their videos off of YouTube. So it was nice that they did that. But yes, you do have to pay. It's like $4 a month or something like that. Great Asian hillbilly that knows his guns. Thank you. What's the best handgun you have? I don't like to jump. Can you please show me 1911? There's plenty of them up there. How you doing for your birthday? Fine. Is that an Eagle 44 6 under? No. Is there a legal difference between firearms brought back as a registered war trophy? Yes. If it's semi-automatic, you're fine. If you brought back like a captured machine gun during the ban, if you registered the gun before the ban went in full effect, you are exempt from having to re-register it or pay a tax stamp. Everyone hit the like button. I got a Tommy gun, nice. 40 Smith & Wesson is underrated. 10 millimeters overrated. Is that a DB10? No, it's a DB15. You have a Dardic? No, the Dardics are cool though. I'm hoping that this lawsuit against the state of Illinois gets through so I can get ARs again. I thought that only outlawed new manufactured one, Grayson. I thought you could buy ones that were already there. What do you think is the best pistol load? No clue, dude. I don't like to get in. That's a very specific, personalized question that I really don't play with. It's Soviet-built SKS bought back from Vietnam. You should be fine on that. OD Green DB15. Yes, it is a DB15 and OD Green. It's on my website, Win City Armory. If you got a chance to be at Vietnam. Nope. But that's cool that you can shoot an RPG, but I have no desire to go anywhere, honestly. No, only first responders can. How many rounds does the mag on that AK hold? That one is a standard capacity 30 rounder. You need to get an MP5 when you get your class 3. Yeah, but even a full auto MP5 is still close to 10K, so. Would you get a Mac 11? Nah. Wow. Fire, I'm gonna check it out. You should, dude. Do I prefer shooting 9mm or 45 suppressed? I've only shot a few 45s suppressed. Yours actually. I don't shoot many 45 suppressed. Do I have any lever actions? Yes. How's your day been today? I'm very tired and very weak today. I don't have feet, Spalty, so I don't jump. Judson is from Brazil. Not even back to where you were born. I was born in Busan or Busan City, South Korea. It is gone. The city that was farmland 45 years ago. It is now a fully developed citizen or fully developed city, so there's no reason for me to go. What else am I into other than guns, computers, comic books, reading, drawing, cars? Penny's just chilling under a rocking chair. I'll check it out later, dude. I'm feeling really weak right now. Tactical or pump? Either one. I run a 930 tactical for my bedside gun. What is Greg holding? Greg is holding a 3D printed sign that Drunk Mouse made for me that says The Jiminy Show. In 4 minutes, I'll show the wall up close. I have never shot a blunderbuss. I'd like to, though. You hate computers sometimes. Yeah, I guess I can understand that one. You ever touch grass? Like marijuana? Not often. Cannabis does nothing to me. What's the AK? I'm saving up for a Kalashnikov USA. Kalashnikov USA went out of business. So it would have to be a used one or a leftover. Hope you feel better. Stay hydrated. I will, Drunk Mouse. I'll send you a message after I look at it. Bro, Blicky comes in with Canadian. Is Canadian money real? I'm just messing with you, dude. Glock 43X. If you have to carry a Glock, the slim lines are the ones I prefer. It's too short a barrel, and it defeats the purpose of carrying, because when you carry, you want a shorter grip module with a longer barrel. So, you know, it's the best of the Glocks, but that's not saying much. No way to check their website. They got new stuff. I don't know who you're talking about. Kalashnikov, they were supposed to be going out of business, so if somebody bought them, that's news to me. My family carried an AK in Afghanistan. Okay. What AR is that? That is a Diamondback DB15. You just picked up your DWX. It's awesome, dude. Wow, a Glock hater. Yep, 100%. You must be new here. Way more than likely, I'd say. Yep. When was the last time you drank some water? Maybe you need a little Gatorade. I've got plenty of water and Gatorade. Not as far as I know, but, you know, like I said, they might still be selling new old stock. 30 minutes left. Get your questions in. Yep. Yes, a lot of newer guns can do that. A lot of the FN guns will use their old ones. I have heard of the McCoy shotguns. You shot a Micro Draco. If you know, do you know if the 17-round Hellcat Pro Mag will fit into the first-gen Hellcat? Yes, I believe it does. Thoughts on the Recover tactical pistol chassis? I have not shot one yet. I'm waiting to hear back from them, actually. Do I prefer a SIG over a Glock? Always. You own any Checkmate guns? Yes, several. I wish Gen 5 Glocks didn't have those front serrations. I'd still only carry Glock or Smith & Wesson. Why did the serrations bother you? Honest question. Why did the serrations bother you? Have I ever shot out of a moving car? Yes, a golf cart. You just picked up a C2. Do I recommend porting in comp? No. I would recommend selling the gun and using the $2,600 to buy 2 other guns. Can I have your hat? No. King is back. Hey, I just checked it. Looks like KUSA is still bankrupt. So they're probably just selling what is left of their inventory. Which AK is that? That is a Romanian 1970. How am I liking the new Canic? Which new Canic? The MC9LS? I haven't shot it yet. No need for a license for full auto. Get a force reset trigger. Eh. Is this real? Yes. Would I build an AR versus buying a fully built one? My ARs are all custom builds. A few years ago, a guy made a drone that could shoot a gun and he got in trouble. Now the government does it. Pretty much, they probably stole the design. Do I have any plans for my DWX? Comps, ports, color schemes? No, I'm not cutting mine at all. I'm just waiting for the new optics plates to show up. Jiminy Bimini, what's up? I don't care for the look is all. I don't know why it just looks off. Prefer the front to be smooth. Fair enough. I don't think they're selling anything. The website says they're suspended online sale. Okay, there you go. If the HPA gets passed, would paperwork have to be filled out to purchase a can? For a while, probably, but eventually, if it's sold just as an accessory, no. What do you like about the Dawson? What do you mean? What Dawson? How to go about getting a suppressor? Do you own any? Yes, I own a suppressor. You have to fill out a background check, a Form 4, and pay a $200 tax stamp. As of now, we're waiting for Senate to pass the Hearing Protection Act bill so that they'll be taken off the NFA, and then you'll just have to pay for the suppressor. What's your opinion on 8.6 Blackout? Don't really have an opinion. I've watched some videos on it. It's a pretty crazy round. Do I have a torque wrench for barrel nut on AR? If so, where do you get? I have wrenches. I don't know where they came from. They were all given to me. Hopefully it passes. It sailed through the house, so there's no reason why it shouldn't. What's my opinion on compensators? They're usually called Tier 3 subs on OnlyFans. What'd you do before owning a gun store? I sold cars for nearly 20 years, and then I worked at a gun store for a few years. Let's show you the wall real quick. That way people will stop asking me, do you have? Everybody refer everybody to 1002. So yeah, Canik, Taurus, PT92, Canik TP9SFX, Canik MC9LS, HK VP9 with the match grade weight. Is the Echelon going back up for sale? More than likely. CZS 75 SP01 Tanfolio Witness with Drunk Mouse's custom rosewood PLA grips. SIG X5 320. Arex Manufacturing's Rex Alpha. Springfield Echelon 9mm with the Sharps Brothers chassis. Keltec P15 metal. AK-47 Romanian 1970 kit. The Rock Island double stack 1911 high capacity Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. Stonehaven's old Night Stalker, which has touched my penis, so it's going to be mine again. TSOS double stack Duty 9. Gerson Match X double stack 9. Para Ordnance P1345 double stack 45. SIG 1911X. Springfield Operator 1911 and 45. The Dan Wesson DWX waiting for the optics plate. The Arex Rex 01 Tactical. Keltec KS7. The TAC 70 37mm tube. And the Diamondback DB15. We also have some 3D printed signs done by my boy Mouse, as well as the Chiappa Jiminy Show, held by my buddy Greg. Stone did a good job with that Night Stalker. I did all that to the Night Stalker. Stone did shit. I had it stippled by Greg, and I put in my buddy Greg at Liberty, and I put in the Fusion Firearms trigger. Stone just shot it. Bro, this is awesome. No problem. Love the Chiappa. Yep. Janet, how you doing? Let's see. Lol, Stone got a good deal then. Yes, he bought it fully customized, and now it's been mushroom stamped. You must live in a free state. Virginia! What states are SMG firearms legal in? If you have the right licenses, any state other than 9. Toy gun looks like Pete's pillow, but not soft. Lol. Talking about Pistol Pete? You did put in a staccato spring. Yeah. I have a bunch of rifles instead of a bunch of pistols. It's funny to see the other side of things. So, honestly, long guns, I shoot them fine. I actually shoot them very well. I just don't care. I mean, they're not. It's not as convenient to sit and play with a full 28-inch shotgun or my 30-30 rifle as it is to sit with my pistol and dry fire and shoot the characters on my TVs. Can you explain the handgun touching your penis? Yes, I put up a picture the other day of me holding 8 guns in my waistband and 2 shotguns, and the Night Stalker was in my fly. What investment do you hope? What an investment. Hope you get well soon, bro. Good night. Thank you, Mid. I just explained what mushroom stamp means, and she shook her head and said that's disgusting. Hey, I could just say that ding ding. You'll never believe what this weirdo sold it for, Mouse. Yeah, I know. I gave him a hell of a deal. But, you know, now I'm keeping it. I don't care. I love playing with my 28-inch. Lol. You gotta teabag the Night Stalker. Oh, dude, I already stuck it in my crack. I just didn't post that picture. I'll send it back to him at some point. Well, I gotta send him the DWX to shoot, so. Favorite gun chambered in 38 special. Don't really have one, Stromboni. What's up? Trade him for the orange. Yeah, I'll give it back to you for the orange. I'm an average American. I'm above average American. I'm a below average Russian, though. Hey, I was told that it racks really easy, so I just squeezed. Last time you tried to keep it, you wanted to blow it up. Yeah, but now I understand its limitations and what happened to cause it to be the way it is. It's kind of like when you have like a friend that's just kind of stupid and you still hang out with it. That's what the Night Stalker represents to me now. Kami, thank you. Have I ever used different loads of 410? I've shot a few different loads. So Buck, Bird, and the PDX-1 Defenders. I'll never get rid of the orange. Cool, then we agree. I'm buying the Night Stalker back. What do you think about the Ruger 2245? It's cool. Not my style, but it's cool. Oh, also, so I'm your Night Stalker. Might be. Also, the Star Wars 10 Rugers might be coming up for sale. The Star Wars blaster. Me, I'm the stupid person. All you need for home defense is a 21 with the Surefire X300 and night sights. Everything else is unnecessary. No, thank you. 1911, Michael. Is full auto actually more deadly than semi-auto, or is it a misconception? It's all about trigger control and aim, dude. If I can hit you with my 45 twice before you can hit me with 30 rounds of 9 that you can't control, then I win. Then semi-auto is better. It's all about the person using the firearm, the orange. So I sold Stonehaven my CZ Tactical Sport Orange that I threw down range, and he won't sell it back. PDX-1 Defender, yes, look up PDX-1 Defender rounds from, trying to think who it is now, but look those up for the 410, dude. They have like 3 to 5 metal plates and ball bearings. Started scan, maybe didn't hear you. What was that one gun you had above the MT? What? Just go back 7 minutes and rewatch it, brother. My shotgun with flashlight's your favorite. There you go. You look faded. Dude, I'm about to pass out, son. Glad you didn't say that around my wife. Yeah. You should do gung fu. Yeah, I throw my guns a lot, bro. Unfortunately, cannabis does nothing to me something cool. Otherwise, I'd love to say that I was. 45 can still kill at 300 yards. So can a brick. Great. Thanks. We'll do and report back. Yep. The Star Wars blaster has a broomstick handle. No, it's on a Ruger 2245 chassis or a Mark IV Target chassis. It's based on the one Bill Burr carried in the series, TV series. She would have made me buy the blaster. Mrs. Martinez, the Star Wars blaster. Michael needs it. No swords. Either one OMG. My go-to home defense is a Kentucky long rifle with the triangle bayonet. Ooh, triangle bayonet. Those are banned by the Geneva Convention. Going your primary and switching your secondary is always faster than reloading. Oh, I just throw the primary because it's funny. It makes people sad. I got to get the 1911 first. The Holy Dong. Yep. It's the Romanian. Yeah, I'm really starting to feel it, dude, now. I'm mixing words. I feel like I'm going to pass out while talking. Yeah, no. The Han Solo pistol was based on a C96 broom handle. I like when you did the acorn with the orange. Yep. You want a lever action? Fine, I'll get you one. What do you think is the worst firearm brand and why? Glock, because they trick people into thinking they're actually great guns when they're just good guns. They're reliable guns. They're going to save your life, but that doesn't make a gun good. Do I like Federal HST over the SIGs? Yes, I like Federal HST over the SIG 365 ammo. What's your favorite gun you own? I don't really like to pick. The favorite gun on the wall tonight is the Dan Wesson DWX. I did not see they have something called the Kitty Cat. I can touch like optics and stuff, but no, holding a lower with the barrel, the AI would detect that as a firearm. What loads do you prefer? Usually, like right now, I have Federal HST 230 grain hollows. People are always shocked when they see me launch my Comp AR at full speed, like 6 feet into the barrel of a 3-gun. It's what they're made for, dude. I was trying to say empty rack for a gun is literally just above your sloth doll. I was trying to ask this at the end. Oh, I have no idea, dude. Sorry. I take the old guns on top. You take the big ones in front of it. Who wins? What? You're talking like if I had the AR while you had the AK, you'd be dead. What's my thoughts on the DB15? It's a great way to get into ARs. That one is a higher end version with the better bolt carrier and better trigger, all that stupid shit they claim. So that's like a $700 one, but it's still not a bad price. What Glock would you choose if you had to? I would commit seppuku and not take a Glock at all. Yeah, I understood that, McPherson. I can't stay for this stream. You got to go help my brother. Yeah, I'm only here for 17 more minutes anyways, Grayson. Thanks for stopping in. Greetings from Vermont. Hello. I got the Glock 34 John Wick added from Terran Tactical. It's very nice even though it's a Glock. It's a great way to spend thousands of dollars on a $300 gun. By the way, today's word of the day is defenestration. Defenestration. Nice. Deck, what's up? Jackson says I'm back. Okay. Where are you driving to? Marion, Virginia. It's about 4 hours from here. I'm going to the knife distributor. I'm going to check out their showroom and pick up a bunch of knives. You ever see his streams, you know he hates Glocks. Pretty much. I don't condone the use of Glocks. Thank you. Glock 27 with 357 conversion is my favorite Glock. You'll be fine. Thoughts on Taurus? They're fine. They're nothing special, but they're fine. You poop at parties? ARs make AKs overrated. Hey, I hate being the guy that has to pick one over the other because I like both. I own both. That's about as far as I'm going to take that. So, you're about to set up the Mantis. Awesome, dude. Strap one to Penny. Then you have a moving target. Shield Plus or the MC9. Shield Plus is hard to beat big. The MC9 is fine, but the Shield Plus is a great gun. Thoughts on High Point? They're cheap and they run most of the time. When they run, they're fine. When they don't run, they're bricks. What RDR pistol do you recommend? Red Dead Redemption, never played it. That wooden foregrip on the AK looks funky. That's because it's an actual 1970 Romanian dong. That grip on that gun is older than me. You still saying cooling in your mama's basement? Fuck no, I'm in your mama's basement. I go upstairs every night to pleasure her because you're a disappointment to her. Thoughts on fully tactical AKs with all the rails and collapsing stocks? Then an AK becomes even better to me. When they don't run, you throw it at your target. Pretty much. He said what I was trying to say. Yep, no worries, Knight. Optics ready? That's up to you, dude. If you like optics, then get the optics ready one. Enjoy and be safe. Thank you, Dell. Report back on the Mantis. You can come by my mama's basements, and if I can play with your guns. No, I don't share my guns. I'll share your mom, but I'm not sharing my guns. Your dad was really mad. The White Claw? Dude, the fact that you just admitted to drinking White Claws is sad. That's like saying that you like pumpkin spice lattes and fucking Uggs. Your thoughts on Glock 48? I don't like Glocks. I have 2 BB guys. Okay, Breadman. KK will report back on Mantis. I'm serious. Put it on your bunny rabbit and use her as live fire. Brandon Herrera drinks White Claws. Yeah, but he's also a hipster, so it's kind of like required. Do you like SIGs? Yes, I do. We're getting down to the end, guys. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you aren't already. That helps the channel grow. I don't give a shit about getting your money, but if you guys want to donate some money, I have to do an 8-hour round trip tomorrow, so that'd be cool. Man buns and White Claws. No, I'm good, dude. Am I a Martini Henry fan? Never played with them. Thoughts on Kimber pistols? Their quality has come back, so give them another shot if you're thinking about it. It's actually a good idea for a moving target. I'm telling you. Or a cat. Put it on a cat and then use the laser to make them run around. What gun is under the barrel of the AK? The 2 directly under the barrel are the Keltec P15, the one with the wood grip, and then the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. You're grabbing the SR40C tomorrow. Hope it lives up to your standards. Me too, Paul. No, not on Penny. That violates the laws of handgun safety. Everyone make sure you hit the like button. I could do a cat, but not Penny. Damn. You ever buy a gun to neglect it? Not on purpose. Late prepper. Sometime I watch your stream. Got a ZF5 for a sweet deal, and now it's my truck gun. Good choice, dude. The Zenith MP5 clone. Very nice. Hitting the like button is not okay because domestic button abuse is frowned upon these days. Instead, just manipulate it emotionally and gaslight it. Just come in around the side of it and just kind of gently stroke it with the back of your mouse hand. What caliber do you deer hunt with? I've never been deer hunting, so if I did go, I'd probably use my 30-30. I have never pointed a gun at Penny. Yeah, I don't point guns at animals either. It's the most you would ever spend on a gun. Well, I recently spent $2,000 on a fucking DWX. It didn't come with any freaking optics plates. I spent $25 on the STS Grandmaster. I don't know if I have a limit. It's a desire. You know what I mean? If a gun for $10,000 was worth $10,000, I would pay $10,000. Moment of silence for the effort energy. Lol. That's big for deer hunting. Lol. Yeah, well, I figure if I go deer hunting, since I don't have feet, I'm not tracking through the woods for animals. I'm going to be sitting in a deer blind, so I'm going to be within 100, 150 yards. So I think 30-30 would be very, very good for that. If I could choose only one gun while stuck in the wilderness, what would you choose? 44 Magnum, because I'm ending it quick. What's your thoughts on slightly flared magwells? As long as the inside of the magwell is flared correctly, then I'm fine with it. The CZ Tactical Sport Orange that Stone got from me, the magwell did not match the inside of the frame at all. I actually had to match file it. I used Tomahawk missiles. That's about right. Another dumb question. Why do you not point guns at animals? You don't point. So the 4 rules of handgun safety. Number 1, treat all firearms as if they were loaded. Number 2, don't point a gun at anything that you're not ready to destroy. That includes people. Number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to use it. Number 4 is be aware of your target and what's beyond it. Those are the 4 tenets of gun safety. Out of order, I know, but those are the 4 biggest rules. Thanks, really like it. Got it set up with Magpul handguard on it. The SB Tactical Poly Brace, very small and easy to light and rock. Nice, dude. That's a good one, dude. If you were a broke bastard, what 2 guns would you own? Handgun and long gun. I'd own probably like a Diamondback or a Radical AR-15 and a Taurus G3. Can a 44 mag kill any animal? Most animals in North America, sure. Except for like moose and buffalo. You'd have to get lucky on those. Why do you always go to suicide so quickly in these what-if situations? Because you're asking me to do something I don't want to do. And that's my go-to defense. In the zombie apocalypse, I'm ending it and becoming a zombie because it'll be more fun to be a zombie. And if I'm stuck out in the wilderness, what the hell did I do to get myself stuck out in the wilderness? I know I can survive. I can make a fire without anything, but I don't want to. T24 Valkyrie drops him in 150. Yep. Is your name Jim or Jimmy or none of the above? I answered all of those, but my actual name is Joe. Andrew asks, former service? Nope. Your gun safety is important. Good job. Thank you. Is the arsenal real? You bet your sweet tootsies. There's a moose loose in the hoose. A boot. Dumb down. I gotta stop using speech text. No problem, dude. Is the no light flashlight for an AR a good flashlight for your rifle? Sure. I have Spotify with Skillet. Okay. Something tells me you are much too young to be in here, Bread. Have a good night. Favorite AR-15 brand? My own custom builds. No problem, Night. Or Nightmare. Sorry, it's the first time I read the whole thing. What caliber bullets should I use for hunting rabbit? Yeah, 22s. If you're trying to hunt them for food. If you're trying to hunt them for sport, then a 308. Surefire weapon rifle is still the GOAT. Yep, you're good. Thank you, Nightmare. Sorry, I don't read a lot of letters, and I stopped when I got to the capital H. Gaston Scatini says, love 407C. Yeah, you could definitely do that one. What does your AR build consist of? So my custom AR build is started with the Palmetto State Armory Virginia 15 lower, so it's got 6 Semper Tyrannis on it. It has a Franklin Armory binary trigger, full ambidextrous controls, and no bad lever for ambi. It has real ambi mag release and bolt releases. Has a 45-degree throw safety. Has a unique AR's upper chambered in 5.56. Has custom stipple grip. And currently it's running a Burris scope on it. It's just not on the wall. 308 on a rabbit would destroy it. Yes, like I said, if you're hunting for sport and you just want to destroy the target, hit it with the 308. Your room looks different. No, this is how it's been for the last 3 weeks or so. Is building your own AR or Glock cheaper than buying them? Not really. Well, Glock, yes. But buying them, not really. Hey, buddy, nice to see you. Hey, what's up, Mr. X-Ray? We got about 5 minutes. My shoulder is literally on fire. Not literally. My muscle is straining so much right now that it feels like it's tearing the tendons while I'm sitting here. Ever thought about streaming games? Yeah, I thought about it. I might actually, on my tech channel, start doing some like BeamNG stuff because I have a decent computer. You guys have never seen it. It's kind of built and does the job. So, anyway, so I figured I could do some like BeamNG crash videos and shiz. Get some rest. You got a long day and night tomorrow. Yep. Oh, sorry about your shoulder. It's fine, dude. It's been bugging me for a week. We've had a lot of wet weather, and I think the muscles and the tendons and stuff are reacting to the humidity in the air. That's the other reason why I don't want to go to Florida. Do I enjoy or own any 9mm carbines? Yeah, I've got a couple of them. I'm also getting the new Kuna as soon as it becomes available, but I do have AR-15 or an AR-9, Diamondback AR DB9R, and an FX9. have no idea what I'm looking at. So it's a i9 12900K and an RTX 4070 Ti. Is that a muzzle brake on the KSG? Yes, it is a cut muzzle brake, and it has a enlarged butt plate on it, so it's not as bad to shoot. You have an ear infection. Sorry to hear that, Troy. Yeah, well, luckily I'm going to take the Ram tomorrow. It's got heated seats, and that'll help with my back. What's going to happen first, World War III or a Civil War? World War III will happen well before a Civil War does. Thoughts on M1 carbines and 30 carbine as a cartridge? I like shooting 30 carbine. It's fun, especially out of like an Automag 3. What a fireball. The M1 carbine is just fun to shoot. What's my tech channel? It's called Jiminy Tech, Jimmini Tech, Tech. I really haven't posted much, but I was going through all the shite I have laying around, and I got so much shite laying around that I have plenty that I can do to make some videos. Do I enjoy the new Henry lever actions? I have not messed with them, but I'm looking to get into them. i9 is an Intel processor, right? Yes, it's 2 generations old, but it's top of the line. The 13 and 14 series all had heating problems, which I didn't know about, but that's why I don't have them. I hear 30 carbine is easy to reload. I would assume so. It's basically just full straight wall, like from the rim up. Get the Kuna as soon as possible. It shoots amazing, smooth as butter. So I've also got the CMMG Banshee, and I'm going to be comparing it to that. Forward, what's up? Unfortunately, you're coming in very late, and we're ending in 5 minutes because I have an 8-hour drive in the morning. Sorry. Dude, heated seats are the best, especially when the seats are cold. Yeah. Also, when your buddy gets out of the vehicle and goes into a store to grab stuff and you turn on the heated seat so it's fully hot when he gets back in and his ass gets burnt. AKs are not better than an AR. It's all personal opinion. Sean, I think my wife is gluing my firearm. She denies it, but I'm sticking to my guns. I like that. You got a laugh out of me, dude. I appreciate that. Good luck on the drive. Don't fall asleep. No, I always stop. If I get tired, I literally will pull over. That's why I'm dedicating the whole dude. You want my CZ Scorpion to compare it to the Kuna? I'll let you know when it shows up. So when I send you the DWX and whatever. Still hating on the MOS? Just curious. I'm hating on all Glocks. I love doing that to my wife for keep the pizzas warm. Nice. Traveling graces and a good time. Thank you. I hope you feel better. Thank you. A well-maintained AR will run better than AK, but you can always abuse an AK more. Polymer hater? No, I'm not a polymer hater. I'm just a Glock hater. And I've said it many times, buddy. I actually recommend Glock to first-time gun owners that don't give a shit about guns. They just want something reliable. Absolutely get a Glock. 100%. If you watch the video I did where I made a shorts video, the 3 basic guns you want, get a Glock for your pistol, get a Maverick 88 or a Mossberg 500 for your shotgun, and get an AR-15 of any brand except for ATI for your first one. So pistol, shotgun, rifle, those are the first 3 most basic things you get because, yes, I agree, absolutely, buds. You can definitely get a 1911 for the price of a Glock. It's also why I say if Glock would drop the prices of their guns to $300, which is what they're worth, I would never say another bad word about them. What are you feeling about Glock clones? Glock clones are sold for what Glock should be sold for. So at $300, I have no problem with the polymer handgun. I like the area of walnut and blued steel better than the look of modern guns. I like modern guns, man. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. But isn't reliable the #1 reason to buy a gun? No, it's really not, Mark. Reliability is a reason to buy a gun if you only want to do one thing, and that is protect yourself, your home, whatever. If that's the only reason to own the gun, if you just want one gun, home protection, personal protection, shit like that, then yes, reliability is the only concern, which is why I would recommend a Glock. But as an enthusiast, I know enough to modify my guns to make them reliable as Glocks, or I also have the ability to appreciate different manufacturing techniques, body designs, things like that. So again, I am not saying don't get a Glock. I'm saying don't pay full price for a Glock. I want a 5.56 and build it out crazy. I live in the country, so shotguns, yeah, but at the same time, no for me. I get you, Face Blunt. So my ARs, if you duplicate my AR, you're spending 4K, so I get you. Yes, I meant as a carry, thank you. Yes, 100%. You will never hear me say that Glock is not a good carry firearm for protection. You will hear me say Glock is the most boring ass shit I've ever shot. So when I used to sell cars, I used to rate them by level of boring when I was taking them on long drives, like when I would do videos on them. The more boring a car is, probably the better it is. Colby says, facts. What about SIGs? SIGs are fine, but again, SIGs tread into the area of you need to be a gun guy to really appreciate them. Pistol Pete, what is up, everybody? Pistol Pete's in here. Go subscribe to his channel. He's trying to get up. He says he's going to catch me, and I want to see that happen because unlike other people, I want all of us to succeed. So everybody go over to Pistol Pete and sign up for his channel right now. He does like long-ass late-night streams too. It's crazy. No problem, Pete. See you in 12 days, bro. Have a safe trip. Good stream. Hey, Barbecue. Sorry, dude. I'm about to end because I got a long drive tomorrow. Favorite CZ, SP01 or the Shadow 2s? Yes. So everybody go over to Pistol Pete. People used to compare me to Pistol Pete before I knew who Pistol Pete was. Pistol Pete's a cool-ass dude, so. Hey, Pistol, before we go, I got the optic for my DWX, bro. I'm going to run the new Burris Fastfire E on it. But I'm waiting for I had to buy another $90 fucking optics plate for it, so that's what I'm running on it. So I'm going to run this, it's their Acro, basically, so. Yeah, damn, yep, two dudes chilling in a hot tub 5 feet apart because they're not gay. Fuck that, I'm going to be massaging the shit out of myself. I just subscribed. Thank you, Drunk. How much guns you got? Triple digits, don't know how many. Is the DWX your new favorite? It is my favorite right now, but absolutely it is one of my favorite. That optic looks great. Yep, $90 plate, that's how you get that. Yeah, plus I have the RMR plate coming too because I will at some point try put the SRO on it too, just to see which I like better, but it's crazy. What's the difference with the SP01 compared to the standard 75? Mason, since we're about to end, I can answer that question. It'll be the last one. Stop dropping it. Hell no, dude. That's how you quality test them. Look, it's barely even scratched. Also, I polished out my barrel pistol. My Pete, my pistol. But yeah, so this is the SP01. As you can see, it has a full dust cover and a full-length end on the barrel. That is a Tanfoglio, but it copies the shorter dust cover of the CZ75 with a longer. That's called the Mossad slide with the forward slide serrations. So I saw that. It looks good. Thank you, brother. You also left a love on my one picture. So, but yeah, so we got some stuff up there. All right, guys. Do I have the new Shadow 2 carry? No, I don't, because I refuse to buy a gun with a drop safety in it just because people think that they go off. Only stupid people make guns discharge. Everyone make sure to hit the like button. All right, kids, go watch Pistol Pete right now. You need the plaque? You'll get one, dude. You'll definitely get one. Just keep plugging away, brother. You're definitely going to hit that shit. All right, everybody. Have a good night. I'm going to hit this button and look at my grenade launcher. Yay!